What's up guys, this is my first cooking video on YouTube. To start off my channel, I wanted to make something really simple. Like I said in my intro video, I want to make things that are really simple and easy to make and involving ingredients that you probably already have at home and things that you don't always have to go out and buy to make. So I thought that this dish was a good representation of what I meant. So this dish is called pasta aglio e olio. Aglio e olio. Aglio e olio. So in Italian it's called aglio e olio. Translated it means garlic and oil. Aglio means garlic and olio means oil. It's called that because it's essentially all that goes in it except for some red chili flakes and you know, some salt and pepper and stuff, but for the most part it is just oil and garlic. So yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, so all this dish is gonna take is some spaghetti, some garlic, about 2 or 3 pretty big cloves, some red pepper flakes, olive oil, and some salt and pepper. That's really all it is. So if you don't have red pepper flakes, something like this, you can always use something like this. This is from Costco Pizza. It's gonna give it the same flavor and everything else as something like this if you don't want to commit to actually buying the whole thing. So these would work perfectly fine. And that's about all the ingredients, so let's just get started. Alright, so to start off, we're gonna want to cut up our garlic. So the whole idea with this dish is that you want these in thin slices rather than minced or in little small squares and rectangles, because you want the garlic flavor throughout your whole pasta, not just when you take a little bite of the little garlic pieces. So yeah, the whole idea with this is to get these sliced as thin as possible, and yeah, we'll go from there. So that's gonna look something like this. So like I said, you want to try to get these as thin as possible, just because when you're actually cooking it in the oil, you're gonna want it to really cook evenly, and you don't want like a big garlic flavor from getting a little chunk of garlic from the sauce. So yeah. So this is really all the prep it takes. So what you want to do now is start boiling some pasta water. I'm going to salt this water pretty heavily because I want the pasta water to get really starchy for the sauce. Alright, so once your water is boiling, you add your pasta. You kind of want to push it in so that the whole piece of spaghetti will cook about at the same time. One thing about pasta is that once you put it in the water, the starch starts to come out of the pasta and into the water, so the pasta will get really sticky. So you're going to want to mix the pasta when you first put it in the water. Cover that back up and we just wait. Check it every now and then just to give it another mix to make sure it's not sticking or anything like that. Alright, so while the pasta is cooking, I'm gonna get started on the sauce. All the sauce really is gonna be olive oil, garlic, red chili flakes, and salt. That's really it, and some pasta water later if we need to make it a little bit creamier. So wait for the pan to heat up just a little bit. Alright, once the pan's hot, you're gonna want to add olive oil, but you're gonna want to add a pretty good amount. I'd say enough to cover the surface of the pan. That should be good. And wait for this oil to get hot. Wait for it to heat up before you add anything to it. Make sure you're also checking on your pasta. Once your oil is pretty hot, you're going to want to add your garlic. When you put the garlic in, make sure you're putting it in the oil. If it's kind of just touching the pan with no oil, it's going to start burning, and that's not really what you want. If it gets a little too hot, just take it off of the heat for a second. You don't want the garlic to burn. That's really what you're looking for. You don't want the garlic to burn because if it does burn, then you're only going to really taste it when you get a piece of garlic, and that's not really what you want. You want that overall garlic flavor throughout all of the olive oil. So once you start seeing that the garlic is becoming golden brown and it's becoming really fragrant, you add your chili flakes. I'll start off with that much. And you know, if you think that you need more oil, you can go for it. It's really all that the sauce is. Test the noodle to see if it's good. So once your pasta is about 80 to 90% done, you get a little bit of the pasta water and you just throw that in there. Give it a little more. And personally, what I like to do is, I don't really like to strain the pasta in a strainer because I like to keep as much of the pasta water as I can. So you grab this. Alright, so once you throw your pasta in, you really want the pasta water and the oil to come together, not separate into two different liquids, but really come together as one to cover the noodles and really give it a creamy flavor and texture. One thing about pasta is that as it cools, it'll absorb more moisture. So you want to make it a little bit more runny and watery than you think you want it at the end when you're eating it. So you want to move the pasta from the pot into the pan once it's about 80 or 90% done, because it's gonna cook a little bit in here with the pasta water and stuff. And what the pasta water is gonna do is, with all that starch that came out of the pasta, it's gonna really bring everything together and make it more of like a cream than really a water. And this is about the time where you can salt to taste. Some pepper if you like. I'm a big fan of peppers, so I like a lot of pepper in my pastas. And there we go. A little bit more black pepper. And just to give it some color, I'm gonna put some dried parsley flakes on it. Alright, so there it is. This is pasta aglio e olio. As you can see, it's really simple to make. It doesn't involve a lot of ingredients. All it involved was olive oil and garlic and red pepper flakes, really stuff you probably already have at home. This is really easy and this is super good. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching my first cooking video. I hope that this is a little bit helpful for anybody out there. And if there's anybody who actually tries making this for the first time, let me know. Send me pictures and I'd love to see them. If you have any questions on anything on how to make this or anything for myself personally, feel free to reach out and ask me. I would love any questions. It would let me know that you guys are actually watching these videos. So yeah, if you guys like this, let me know what else you guys want to see me make in the future, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.